So Squidward has expressed multiple times how much he hates SpongeBob, and whether you think that's true or not, we can agree that at least SpongeBob annoys him a lot. But does Patrick? Is Patrick the lesser of two evils to Squidward, or is he even worse?
Hey!
Squidward disliking SpongeBob is a well documented thing in the show. It starts all the way back in Help Wanted, where he runs inside the Krusty Krab to make sure that SpongeBob does not get the job there.
SpongeBob, what could he possibly want?
Go SpongeBob! Go SpongeBob! Go Self! Ah!
Mr. Krabs! Hurry, Mr. Krabs, before it's too late. I gotta tell you about this.
Permission to come aboard, Captain!
But Patrick annoying Squidward, I would argue, is a bit more complex. So there are two types of Squidward and Patrick interactions. There are the ones where they interact directly.
But you two seem to be forgetting who the real winner will be. My snail.
Patrick, that's a rock.
Yeah, thanks, I know. He's got nerves of steel.
Hey, what are you standing on anyway?
And there are the ones where Patrick hangs with SpongeBob and Squidward basically addresses the two at the same time, or just ignores Patrick and talks to SpongeBob.
Yes, I was! You call yourselves good neighbors? You're the worst neighbors ever! You don't deserve to wear those fezzes!
And this second type of interaction is by far the most common. Like, just trying to look at Squidward torture episodes and stuff for this makes you realize how much time Squidward either screams
SpongeBob! Patrick, do you mind?
or only screams SpongeBob's name. The first real interaction between Patrick and Squidward is in Naughty Nautical Neighbors in Season 1.
Yeah, Patrick, we're friends. Just friends.
So what are we gonna do tonight, best friend?
Patrick saves Squidward's life, and then they play music at Squidward's house.
Solitude in E minor.
Yeah, E minor, alright, yeah!
Squidward is visibly annoyed by Patrick falling asleep and throws him out. He doesn't kick him out like he does with SpongeBob later, just dragging him out. In this episode, I would argue that he definitely sees Patrick as a lesser evil to SpongeBob. Their next interaction is in Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost.
Hey, Patrick, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, Squidward, it's...
Time to find some other game to play!
Squid makes fun of Patrick a little bit, and then he is back to addressing them as you two.
What are you doing here? Well, are you two gonna say something, or do I have to...
Oh, stay back!
What is the matter with you two?
Reinforcing the idea that he doesn't really care about Patrick. Then Patrick throws a watermelon in Squid's face.
One watermelon fresh from the manure field, your spookiness.
Then Squid sends Pat away so he can torture SpongeBob more.
SpongeBob, get over here. Now spin around. That's better. Now jog in place. Say flank steak.
Flank steak.
I think I'm beginning to like this.
Notice how it's once again SpongeBob getting the harder punishment from Squidward here, while he just gets Patrick to go away. I mean, he throws a pie in his face, but to be honest, that's just payback for the watermelon, and Patrick probably liked that as well. In Fools in April, Patrick and Squidward interact for a short bit.
Because I'm about to tell you that I'm... What? Patrick! What are you doing here?
Digging.
Why are you wearing that hat?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
It's basically a normal damn, that was hard to say. A normal conversation with Squidward being annoyed, which is pretty common for their one-on-one interactions. Patrick is even dumber than Spongebob, so a lot of Squidward's irritation with Patrick comes from him being stupid.
Where's SpongeBob?
He's in the house. He's impressed.
With what?
I don't know, but it must have been pretty good to make him cry like that.
Oh.
Squidward admits later in the episode that he actually likes Patrick along with Spongebob and other people.
SpongeBob, I like you. I like living next door. I like hearing your foghorn alarm in the morning and your high-pitched giggling at night. I also like Gary, Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, and all the other people I'm forced to be in contact with.
Squid's Day Off is actually one of the most important episodes for this video, since we see Squidward's view of SpongeBob and Patrick in it.
Hey, SpongeBob!
Hey, Patrick!
Hey, SpongeBob, could you give me change for a quarter?
No problem! Here you go!
Thanks.
I forgot to tell him how to make change. Oh.
Notice how it's Spongebob who is the stupidest one here, while Patrick is pretty much just his normal self. I mean, you don't have to use your imagination to make him stupid, but it's still important that this is how Squidward portrays them in his head. In Krusty Krab training video, Patrick annoys Squidward by being slow with ordering and slow in general.
Why don't you just order a Krabby Patty?
Great idea, Squidward. One Krabby Patty, please.
Is that for here or to go?
This is a completely reasonable reaction, by the way. I would be pissed. In Squilliam Returns, Squidward hires Patrick, but this is as his last option, so it doesn't really mean much.
Beggars can't be choosers. Can you take hats in a dignified and sophisticated manner?
You mean like a weenie? Okay. May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat, sir? May I...
All right, I've heard enough. You've got the job.
In the Great Snail Race, he angrily corrects Patrick.
Property of Squidward tent poles.
That's tennis ball. Tentacles. Come on, Snelly.
When Patrick gives him the trophy, he first thanks him, but then gets angry again.
Don't worry, Squidward. I know how much you wanted to win, so I had the trophy engraved to you.
Gosh, Patrick, thanks. The first place snail racing cup presented to Squidward. Tortellini!
It's important to mention Jellyfishing, where we firstly, of course, have Patrick absolutely obliterating Squidward's hand.
Firmly grasp it!
But in this episode, Squidward also don't remember Patrick's name.
I can't think of anything I'd love to do more on my day off than go jellyfishing with my two best friends, SpongeBob and...
Patrick!
Right.
And while this is something I was interested in for timeline reasons, it also means that Squidward can't really be thinking about Patrick too much. In comparison, Squidward thinks about SpongeBob way too much, like being mega paranoid and terrified of him, ruining his day and stuff.
To stay here and enjoy myself. I'm not even gonna think about you-know-who at the you-know-what doing I don't care.
In at least 3 episodes, Squidward takes a liking to Patrick after something changes his personality. Whether it be him becoming really smart.
I had no idea you were so knowledgeable, Patrick. Do you think you could be my musical mentor?
Really sophisticated.
Patrick Star, I am very proud of what you did in there. You know, that beard was the best thing that's ever happened to you. Well, other than me, of course.
Or really, like Squidward. Basically what Squidward wants to be, and these don't count cause it's not Patrick. Squidward even likes SpongeBob for a little while when he changes in Not Normal.
Hi, how are you?
I I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but please come in, SpongeBob.
It is also important to note that while SpongeBob's annoyance to Squidward is unintentional as he thinks they are friends, Patrick just kinda don't care.
And stop stepping in my potato salad!
Hey, guys.
Stop pushing me, Patrick.
You mean like this?
No, like this.
You shouldn't fight in here. This is a magical place.
Patrick, get off of me.
Patrick, like, fights Squidward in a well, he scares him for his ink,
I'll just have to scare the ink out of him.
and laughs at Squidward getting beaten up by Doodlebob in Frankendoodle.
He's beating up Squidward!
And of course we can't forget about him not only being aware that that's what they are doing, but even being happy about ruining Squidward's day in Home Sweet Pineapple.
Is it time already to ruin Squid's day? Hey, SpongeBob, don't start without me!
Now this is how Patrick views Squidward and not the other way around, but realistically Squidward would dislike Patrick more cause Patrick seems to kinda dislike him, whereas SpongeBob likes Squidward and is just like autistic. I don't know, can I say that? It's canon. From what I can tell, Squidward almost always views Patrick as the lesser of two evils, with him being more stupid than annoying compared to SpongeBob. When SpongeBob and Patrick is together, he gets very annoyed with both of them, but focuses his attention on SpongeBob, so I think he just don't really care about Patrick in general, since he don't annoy him as often as, like, SpongeBob when he's on his own. Bro sleeps all day if SpongeBob isn't there, so that would probably just make Squidward even more annoyed by SpongeBob, as he, like, comes home and wakes up Patrick to go annoy Squidward.